It's summertime. We're excited. We're ready to go out. We're ready to do some fishing this summer in those high-pressured public ponds. And we're going to break down what you should be using in high-pressured ponds to make sure when you go out, you have the best success. Catching big ones all day long, son. Yes, sir. And the summertime is all about going finesse. You know, in these pressure public ponds, it's summertime. Everybody's out of school. And they are fished from morning to evening. I mean, they are fished. They're heavily fished. And when they're heavily fished, pressure ponds, the bass become extremely finicky and they go out deep. You know, these bank beaters that want to bank, just beat the heck out of a bank doesn't cut it. You got to go out deep and you have to use finesse. I've been doing it for over 35 years in pressured public ponds. And I could tell you, the biggest success in the summertime is all about going finesse. It's all about going deep. My tackle box doesn't have top waters, doesn't have fast-moving lures. It's all about finesse. It's a mindset that you have to go in there. It's about having patience, taking your time, finding the areas that they're related to, shade, drop-offs, deep, grass line, docks, any type of structure in these ponds. And it doesn't really matter. There's so many different finesse. There's so many different techniques between the drop shot, the Ned rig. You could go weightless. You could go a little bit of split shot. You could go free rig. You could go wacky rig. The list goes on and on and on about finesse and the different types of finesse techniques that you could use. And when you're fishing in the summertime, it's all about finesse. It's all about going deep. Texas rig, Carolina rig. I just want to throw those two in there. Those are all techniques that you should be throwing 95% of the time when you fish in these high-pressured public ponds. And when you fish these high-pressured public ponds, the thing you have to remember is this. There's so many different videos out there, and so many people post videos about what you should use, and they go through it. And most of them are top waters and whopper ploppers and all that type of stuff. But I could tell you, I go out there and everybody's throwing a whopper plopper. If everybody's throwing a whopper plopper, do you think throwing a whopper plopper, you're going to catch a bass? The odds are no. But when you go into finesse and these bass become finicky, they're pressured, they hold tight, they don't want to chase. You have to slow it down. You have to downsize. I talk about downsizing a lot. You know, I love a pit boss. For me, it's my number one creature bait. But when it gets into the summertime, I even downsize my pit boss. I usually typically use 4-inch. I downsize and I go smaller. You have to give them something that they eat naturally. And in the summertime, that holds true more than any other time of the year. I take my kids to public ponds all the time in the summertime. They're off of school. I'm like everybody else. I'm no different from anybody else. I take my kids out there and we fish. I see it all the time. Spinnerbaits, chatterbaits. You know I'm a big chatterbait guy. You know I love my bladed swim jigs. I may throw a chatterbait in the summertime, maybe if I'm lucky, a handful of times, if I'm lucky. It just doesn't work. If you want to throw it, you could throw it, but your odds of catching bass are not that good. But when you start to slow it down, a Ned rig off the bottom, a shaky head, again, there's so many different options out there, weightless, split shot. When you slow it down, and when they do not want to chase, I can't stress that enough, they do not want to chase. And I'm fishing by structure, and you get that natural fall, or that natural presentation. A shaky head is a pure example. Why is a shaky head? Because it'll just sit on the bottom, you can just shake it. It'll just sit there, and the tail just moves. Give it time. I talk about weightless all the time. Why? Because you keep it in the strike zone longer. It's a natural fall. It's what they eat naturally. It's easy eats, as I always say. They're finicky. In the summertime, please, if you want to catch bass in the summertime, I don't care what anybody says. I've been doing it for 35 years. I don't care what anybody says. In pressured ponds, you have to slow it down. Starting in June through August, take everything out of your tackle box, and start fresh. And what do I mean by start fresh? What am I putting in my tackle box? Ned rigs, free rigs, split shot, bunch of packages of Berkeley power worms, tequila sunrise all day long, son. Wacky rigs. That's what's in my tackle box. My mind is all around finesse, and that's what you need to do. It's a mindset. It's slowing it down. It's presenting something that's natural to them. Knowing that I go out to the pond and knowing that I take my time. You know, I don't know how many times I've gone out with my son and his friends, and they all want to throw a lot of lures. And I look at them, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's what I want to fish. I'm like, stop fishing what you want to fish and fish what's going to catch bass. And what catches bass in the summertime is natural presentations. He'll sit there and he'll throw a bunch of lures. He gets frustrated. Like an hour and a half, I want to go home. I'm like, bro, we haven't even fished. I ain't catching anything. All right. Let's throw a wacky worm out. You want to try that for a little bit? Sure, I'll try that. That's what he tells me. Boom, he starts catching bass. And we get in the car, it's like, what did I tell you? Well, Dad, you always catch bass. I catch bass because I fish naturally. I fish things that are natural in the summertime. And I'm like, Gregory, I tell you, you got to fish finesse. You got to slow it down. I know, but I don't like it. Do you like catching bass? Or do you want to fish those fast-moving lures because that's what you like to fish? There's your options. Well, I want to catch bass. Okay. Then you have to start fishing finesse. I know, Dad. I know. Okay. You have to make that decision. Do you want to catch bass or do you want to fish what you want to fish? And when you make that decision, you want to catch bass. It's all about finesse. It's all about slowing it down. I can't stress this enough. I tell people all the time. I tell Gregory and his buddies. Next time they go out fishing, one of his buddies will be throwing, hey, I got this lure. I'm like, why are you throwing? I don't know. I bought it. Okay. It's not going to work in the summertime. You're just going out there and frustrating yourself. Goes out and fishes, doesn't catch anything. He's like, that lure sucks. No, the lure doesn't suck. The lures that you use do not suck. You can't use them in high-pressure public ponds. In the summertime, set up your tackle box. Don't take the big lures. Don't take the loud lures. So when you get out to the pond, you don't have a choice but to fish finesse. There's so many different techniques. Find one that fits you. I'm going to repeat that. Find a finesse technique that fits you. Robert Bro 777, my man always gets it done, son. Always, bro. He loves drop shot and a Ned rig. Dude always gets it done. That's his. That's his finesse technique. Me, I go weightless. I like free rig. That's what works for me in my ponds. Captain Caveman, my man Captain Caveman always gets it done. Catching biggins. Don't forget to check out Caveman Lures. Always gets it done. Always. Love your lures, bro. Go check out Caveman Lures. But that guy likes the wacky rig. Okay. That's what works for him. There's so many different options out there. Figure out what works for you. Figure out what you like. My son loves the wacky rig. That's what he prefers to fish. Nothing wrong with it. He catches bass when he uses it. I'll tell you a quick story. We're out in this high-pressure public pond. It's like really high pressure. He wanted to go. I took him out, and him and his buddy, and I don't know, there's probably 40, 50 people there. And he's fishing. We get out of the car. He's like, Dad, what should I use? I said, yeah, you got to go finesse. He's like, all right, I'll try it, Dad. Goes with a wacky rig. everybody's throwing top waters, whatever the case is, everybody's doing. He goes in this one little section. Somebody already just fished it. He's following behind this kid that's throwing a whopper plopper. He goes out there and catches 2. We were only out there for an hour. I'm like, that's pretty good. He was happy. He was ecstatic. I'm like, that's my point. That's my point. Slow it down in the summertime. Make it natural. Pick a finesse technique that you like to throw. Work on it. Become a master of it. Slow it down. Bass are finicky. They don't want to chase. And I guarantee you'll be catching big ones all day long, son. Yes, sir. Don't forget to check out the memberships down below. I greatly appreciate it. Really helps grow the channel more than anything. The link is down below. Please go check it out. All right, special shout out to all my members. Always gets it done. Always catching big ones. Yes, sir. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And you know what? Drop a comment down below. What is your favorite finesse technique in these pressure public ponds? Love to have a conversation with you. My name's Greg, and thanks for watching Getting It Done Fishing.